nothing quite like baking your own pies for the holiday, and our next guests say it's easier than you might think. I'm back with cooking instructors Ann Donegan and Stephanie Dietz. Ladies, thanks so much for being here. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. We're delighted to be here.
So I gotta tell you, I'm a little intimidated with pie crust.
Don't be intimidated.
Well, you're here, I'm not.
It's really it's easy as pie. It's true. When you know what you're doing and you have the right flour. I use Wonder Flour. This is Wonder Flour. It's got very low protein, so you can't really screw it up because there's not enough protein to screw it up.
A little chemistry behind here?
A lot of chemistry behind this. So what we're doing when we cut the Crisco, this is Crisco. We cut the Crisco in into small little pieces, and then we're going to add water. This water is cold.
Okay.
And when we add the water, you want to work the dough to get it together. You don't want to work the dough a lot because the more you work it, the more gluten you're going to form, and that's what makes the dough tough.
Okay.
And that's why we're using this kind of flour, because it has very little protein, and if you have a little protein, you don't form gluten.
Oh.
That's just because there's two proteins in flour, gluten and gliadin, that mix together and form gluten, but you have to have water to do that. So you see how this is coming together?
Yes.
And see how my strokes are cutting the actual protein strands, keeping them short. This is a short crust. Okay. So we're going to put this together, and I'm going to roll this out. Steph's going to make the filling.
All right, I'll switch spots with you over here.
Okay. So we're making a mixed berry pie.
Great.
So in here I have strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries. And this is the sugar, the little bit of salt, and the tapioca. And we're using minute tapioca to thicken this, which is very different than pearl tapioca, which actually looks like little pearls and would not work at all.
Well, I was learning that you don't want to use flour to thicken the
it makes
pie.
it taste a little gluey. This is going to have a much nicer mouthfeel to it.
Okay.
So we're just going to mix this up.
Would you use frozen berries? Would you try and get fresh berries?
These were frozen, yeah. In the wintertime, when it's hard to get berries, you're much better off using frozen berries. So we're going to add a little lemon juice.
Ooh, okay.
Sprinkle that on. And then just mix this. And then this has to sit for a minute while you're making your pie crust.
Okay.
And this will start to come together.
Very good. Well, now, what is this sheet you're on?
This is a cloth. See how I'm just patching this piece of dough? Because I'm using the cloth, I don't have to use a lot of flour. And if I don't have to use a lot of flour, if this looks like a map of the United States, I can cut the dough. Watch, see, I can cut it, and I can patch it, and it'll stick.
Oh, and you're talking about the cloth on the rolling pin.
Well,
what a great tool, right?
By the way, here's one for you. I brought one for you.
So thoughtful. I'll put it right on my rolling pin.
So this, see, if you have to re-roll the dough, because sometimes you do.
Yeah.
And you can't, it won't stick together. It all just falls apart. For something like this, you have to have long strips of dough. So this is a piece of dough. Now I'm going to cut this into strips. I'm going to show you how to make this lattice that's diagonal.
Ooh, okay.
Normally a lattice is made at 90 degrees.
Yes.
But I'm going to show you how to do, see the diamond pattern?
It's beautiful.
So we're going to cut this into you always want to use an odd number of strips. So 5 across each way. So I'm going to cut 10 strips out of this. Okay. Now if you can't do this without, see, I can do it nice and straight. If you can't do that,
I might need a ruler.
See, just put a ruler down and just cut it with the ruler, because you want to get these as even as you can. We want them to be about 3/4 of an inch.
Okay.
And you have to make them at least as long as the top of the pie. So this is a 9-inch pie, so these should be at least 9, maybe even 10 inches. So you see how many I'm doing? I'm going to do 10 of these. Sometimes I do 11 just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll be able to get 11 easily. So now, you take the pie. Oh, she's going to grate a little nutmeg over there.
A little bit of fresh nutmeg over.
Okay. Looks good
now,
so far.
So the first 5 go down. You always start in the middle, because it's hard to go from left to right and then just hope they're going to be even. So I'm going to do this. I'll do it like that.
Well, this isn't so overwhelming.
No,
I gotta tell you, this is okay.
It's really not. It's really not. Now, if I was going to do a rectangular lattice, I'd make the first strip go this way. But I'm going to do diagonal lattice, so you have to sort of square this off, and so I'm going to go from here to here. See, those are my corners.
Sure.
So I'm going to fold this back, and I'm trying to fold it back on top of itself, so it doesn't get into the soup. And
this is where it gets a little tricky.
And we lay this one this way. Now, you see how I'm one corner to one corner?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I'm going to just unfold these. Okay. Now I fold back 2 and 4, so now I'm going to fold back 1, 3, and 5. So you sort of give them numbers. I don't have to fold back that one.
Are you an expert pie maker too, Steph?
I can.
You're getting there?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, that looks so pretty.
See, I'm just weaving. See, and again, I started in the middle because you don't want to start. You don't want to hope that it comes out right, because if you don't start in the middle, it's hard to judge.
I certainly am not this fast, I can tell you that much.
And then we're going to
Oh,
fold
that
like
looks
this.
beautiful.
Yeah, and really, it's really quite simple to do. When you have the dough that, you see how that looks?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to fold this towards the center to incorporate the lattice and the crust, and then I'm going to trim this. I'm going to trim it with the scissors. So that's going to talk about the expo while I'm doing
Yes,
this.
I know that's coming up
Right.
December 8th, right?
That's right. Yeah, Sunday, December 8th from 12 to 4 at the Pine Orchard Yacht and Country Club. We're doing a holiday shopping expo. So we have
Oh, how
17 vendors coming with all sorts of things like jewelry and accessories. And but we also have this fabulous raffle where all of our students get together and they put together these unbelievable baskets of, we have cocktail baskets, cooking baskets, all sorts of different
great.
themes. And so you can buy raffle tickets and hopefully win a prize. And it's
I love
it's
that.
a lot
And it
of fun.
benefits
The Friends of the Yale Children's Hospital.
right?
Yes,
Oh, very
yes.
good.
Yep.
My students are competing because their prize is donut day.
What is Donut Day all about?
Whatever class wins the raffle, whatever basket gets the most tickets, then that class gets donut day and they can bring their families. So the class that won last time is like,
They want to defend their title,
oh
right?
my gosh,
Donut Day.
they're like nuts to come to donut
Do you
day
actually
again.
make the donuts?
Yeah,
we
it's
make
like,
donuts.
it's like a
We make the
cocktail
donuts,
party,
yeah.
but with donuts. Like everybody
Oh,
just
that
mills
is
around and brings their
wonderful.
friends and family, and we eat a million
And
donuts.
I make, I do make. I'm not bragging.
But you make a mean donut, don't you? I don't doubt it, Betty Ann.
So I'm going to just going to
that
show
is
you. You see how
beautiful.
some of this is higher than others?
Yes.
So I'm just going to trim it. The easiest way to do it is with the scissors. If you do it with a knife and you push, sometimes it falls. So this way, you're going in two directions at once, and it's just easier to trim it. And now I'm just going to make a very simple flute with my thumb. See, like this.
And you have the oven preheated or no? What
Oh
do we-
yes,
what do we put that in?
yes. You always have to have an oven preheated when you put pies in. Otherwise, the Crisco starts to melt before the water turns to steam.
Okay.
And then the crust tastes greasy.
Oh, we don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
Now,
No,
what
no,
is
no.
this pattern you're making? You're just kind of squeezing it?
Yeah, I'm just pinching it with my thumb. It's a very, very simple edge. And see the little bit of a lip on this dish? I'm making it rest on that little bit of a lip. Now, to get the color, you see the color of this one?
Yes.
Well, this isn't going to happen without a little help.
Okay.
Because there's no sugar in this dough. So we're going to put a little bit of cream on the top, just a little
That's
tiny
gonna give
bit
it a nice
to wet
little
it.
glow, a little
Yeah.
nice little color.
Well, the cream is really to make the sugar stick.
Oh.
And then the sugar will make a little bit of color. I mean, the cream alone would make it a little bit of color because there is a little
sheen,
bit
right?
of sugar in the cream. Yeah. So you see how that,
That's beautiful.
and this is a soft brush so it doesn't tear anything.
Betty Ann, will you
that's
be
it.
making some pies for Thanksgiving this year?
I'll make about 12.
You will.
Yeah, all different kinds. Now this is important. This is a
Okay.
collar. We're going to put this around. So this is so it won't burn. We just connect that with a little paper clip. You see, and I sort of fold it like that.
Oh, so you don't want anything to burn. That makes sense.
I don't want the edge to burn. See, now this was done with a collar the whole entire time. And you can see how dark it got. And without the collar, it would have literally been black.
Crusty. Okay.
Yeah, so that's all I was
Very good. I can't wait. Well, let's put that in
Easy
the oven.
peasy.
We're going to give it a try at the end of the show.
Well, actually, you're going to get to take this one home.
Oh, I'm so excited. That'll be great. I'll tell everyone I made it. Ladies, thanks so much for being here. We'll have the recipe over at WTNH.com. Coming up next, find out the #1 way to create happiness in your life. But first, let's check in with Erica Walker for the latest on Sports Edge on the Scene.
Thanks, Teresa. The regular season has come and gone, and it's certainly been one to remember. Sports Edge was on the search all season long for some of the best fans around. We met 12 unforgettable fan sections, but now we need your help choosing the best high school football fans in the state. We've got the matchup set, and now it's up to you. Go to sportsedge.com and vote for your favorite fans. You can check out all the videos and photos from every visit this season. After 3 rounds of voting, the winner will be named December 13th, the same day state champions are crowned. So be sure to go to sportsedge.com to help your favorite fans win.